You're just fully American. You're African American, bro. That's it. How was that see you in 30? That wasn't an insult. That was strictly, you're black.
I don't like black people.
It's like, I don't like. But you don't have a reason for it. Then it's just pure racism, no?
It's not racism. It is how we were reared that way.
You're going there. Don't go and talk to those black Americans. You just go and get pregnant. You get into drugs. You start become gang banging.
What do you say when people say where you from?
America.
No, where's your country?
My country is America. I was born in New York, raised in.
Where are your parents from?
My parents are from New York.
Americans, they don't know where they're from, you know.
What's up, YouTube? I hope you guys are doing so good. If you're new to my channel, I am so gifted. Hey, welcome. So I don't know about y'all, but I am so tired of the hate and disrespect Black Americans get across the African diaspora. It's not even funny. Usually I ignore this so-called diaspora war and I just keep it pushing, but it's getting out of control. The disrespect is blatant and the lies being pushed that Black Americans have no culture are beyond strange. And it's not just the old heads doing this anymore. It's showing up in the younger generation too. So I'm just minding my business, scrolling on TikTok, and I come across this resurfaced clip of Kai Cenat, who is a huge streamer in the streaming world. He's a big deal, literally screaming at the top of his lungs that Black Americans are nothing but black.
I don't want to hear, when I'm asking general questions, I'm not asking y'all niggas. Stop dick riding. Y'all niggas is black. You're black. You're just black. Bro, you're just fully American. You're African American, bro. That's it. How was that see you in 30? That wasn't an insult. That was strictly, you're black. You're not Trinidadian. You're not Jamaican. You're not African. You're not, word. You're not Ghanaian. You're not Dominican. You're not Puerto Rican. You're not Cuban. You are American.
I farted so loud. Really? Really, Kai? So from my understanding, Kai Cenat is Trinidadian and Haitian, but you could have fooled me. He grew up in New York and everything about him screams Black American. The way he talked, the way he dressed, the music he played, hip hop and rap, his whole aura is us. He's not building his brand on Haitian culture or Trinidadian culture. He's not making Creole content that I can see. His whole image is rooted in Black American culture. And let's be real, his platform was built on us. He's had Serena Williams, Kevin Hart, Glorilla, Nicki Minaj, Chris Brown, Drewski, some of the biggest names in Black American culture on his show. That's who's elevating him. But then he turns around and screams that Black Americans are just black? I don't understand what he means when he says that. And this is coming from a young man who looked just like a black man, dressed like one, talk like one, move like one, dance like one, all very Black American. And that's why what he said was really reckless and confusing, because millions of kids watch him. He has a big platform. And I bet you most of his supporters are black kids, Black American kids, kids who see themselves in him, my own sons included. These kids admire him, they relate to his story, they support him. And then he goes and tries to tear them down, telling them they nothing because they can't claim Haitian or, Ghanaian or Kenyan or Cuban or Puerto Rican or whatever, while he stood up here and steal their identity for himself. What is he doing, cosplaying? That was real harmful and irresponsible that he said that. You can't just sit up here and build your platform on Black American culture and make millions off of it, and then tell those same kids that they're nothing. Kai know damn well what black culture is. He living off of it. And then for him to have our icons on his show like Marlon Wayans, Kirk Franklin, he knows what these icons mean to the Black American community. And I wouldn't have expected for him to say something like that. He's a young man. He grew up in the culture. He grew up in the U.S. He grew up in New York. But it all starts in the household. That just goes to show that these parents are still raising their Caribbean and African kids to think like that. And ooh, this is a prime example of how people who do not claim to be Black Americans come over to the U.S. to profit off of Black American culture. Once they make their money, once they use you and they build off of Black American culture, they get where they are, they make their millions, then they get disrespectful to Black Americans. Then we're nothing but black. We have no say. They get dismissive, and they don't care about how we feel or think about anything because they already got our money. You feel me? And we've seen this with Daniel Caesar, Akon, Tyla. I'm gonna get to them. But this is what they do. They do it every time. And it just sucks that I see this now happening with Kai because I really enjoy Kai's, content. But anyway, I went down this whole rabbit hole on TikTok of Africans across the diaspora, non-Black Americans, basically taunting Black Americans for not knowing or not being able to tie our heritage back to a country in Africa or the Caribbean.
I'm from America. That's what we're saying. Just
What
like a
country in
Jamaica,
Africa
just like
are
a
you
no, hold on. Just like somebody from Jamaica, they're not going to say what country in Africa they from. Somebody in Haiti is not going to say what country from. They're going to say they're Haitian.
Because they were closer from, what is it called? The triangular slave
But
trade.
then when you ask them that question, they're not going to have a definitive answer.
That's because they're already in their own community of Caribbeans, the Haitians, Jamaicans. They're all like in one bowl.
But Black Americans are in their own bowl as well.
The
Like
reason why I asked
what I'm
that,
saying.
that's
Why
why
are we being questioned?
That's why Africans feel that way, because they feel like because you don't know where you come from, which is not by fault by Africans.
We
it's
know
not by,
where we come from. We come from America, just like
I guess
Jamaicans
it's just more
come from Jamaica. Like, what is the difference?
I think it's just more relatable from an African to see another African and be like, oh, where you come from? Oh, I'm from Ghana. I'm from this place. And they know so much about their culture because they do this, and this.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
So I feel like that's why they feel like you know so much about your culture in Africa. So that's what they're like, well, Americans don't know, because honestly, you guys don't know. When Africans come to America, they're busting their behinds to get degrees, become doctors, lawyers, and stuff like that. So when Africans look at African Americans, they're like, these people have credit cards. We don't even have credit cards. These people are not even working, and we come here and we busting our asses. Now we're doing this. We're now six figures, and these people have all these years to become all these great jobs and careers, and they're not doing anything. I'm just saying this is what they're saying.
What is she talking about? Does she even know what she's talking about? And is this what y'all be over there doing in Africa for real? Just lying on us for no reason? This girl just sat up here and told a bold-faced lie, talking about we over here not working, living off of credit cards, and then she knows she sounds silly as hell. She can't even believe the words that's coming out of her own mouth. That's why she had to follow up with saying, well, I'm just saying these the conversations they having about y'all. Girl, and even the guys are sitting up here laughing like you can't be serious.
Yeah, this is the conversation. It's like, y'all have all this time to get free money, free loans, and we don't get that back at home.
Yeah, but
y'all get that when y'all come here, though.
Exactly, and guess what? We're right here, and y'all are still here.
There's a lot of grants and loans, and
she really has no clue. And it's no shade, but she really has no clue. Either she does not have a clue, or there's such this commitment by the diaspora to humble Black people, which is even more weird because she know that what she's saying is not true. So let's break down her conversation real quick. So according to her, Black Americans don't know where we from, we lazy, not working, and immigrants come here, get loans, and thrive. She also brought up the transatlantic slave trade being the reason why Caribbean people and African people are closer and relate more. And then she also mentioned that they on top when they come here and we're still on the bottom. Do y'all know and do y'all hear how ignorant that sounds? First of all, we not lazy. We been working and we still working. And if y'all didn't know, my ancestors built this country. Our blood, sweat, and tears are in the soil. And when freedom was supposed to mean something, we still had to march, protest, and fight so everybody could have opportunities. The same loans y'all come here as immigrants bragging and boasting about and benefiting from, those doors was kicked open by my people, my ancestors, who fought for civil rights and basic human rights. And we wasn't only fighting for us, we was fighting for everybody. And let's be very clear about two things. Number one, you benefiting off a fight you had no part in. The rights and opportunities that you enjoying and thriving off of, remember that my ancestors bled and died for that. And number two, you're not up and progressing faster than me or anybody else in this country just because you come here and work harder. You are also benefiting from white supremacy. Yeah, a system still in place in this country working every single day to keep Black Americans at a disadvantage. And since you want to bring up history, we're going to talk about the transatlantic slave trade. Did y'all know that it wasn't just Europeans? Some of y'all African leaders and traders captured and sold our ancestors into slavery. So if you really want answers about where we from and what country in Africa and why we don't know, here's the better question. Where did your leaders capture and sell us from? Okay? Go ask your ancestors which coasts, which kingdoms, which tribes they took us from, because they know better than we do. And then, nobody seems to understand that we didn't have control on where the boat or the ship dropped us off. Some people got dropped off in the Caribbean and some people got dropped off in Americas. I love how the guy had posed the question to her, we was on the same ship, we had no choice. Why is it that you guys don't press Caribbean people, Jamaicans, or West Indian people about what country they from in Africa? Why do y'all only, come at us with those type of questions? And I love how she tried to manipulate the slave trade by saying, oh, it's because we're closer in the triangle. You understand that fully, right? How is it that you don't understand that the reason why we cannot pinpoint to a certain place or country in Africa where we're from is because of the same exact thing? This is why I feel like there's such a commitment by the diaspora and a whole bunch of other people in the world to humble Black people. Why? What did we ever do to y'all?
Wait, where are you from? I'm American. I'm from New York. No, that country. The United States. No, you're African. Wait. You're African American. I'm Black American. No. So, what country? The United States. Your family. I was born in the United States. No, your family. Where's your mom and dad from? No. Like what country? No. Where's your mom and dad?
Look at the excitement on these kids' faces. It's like our culture as Black Americans is being seen as a joke. It's really strange to me.
Viral. You're gonna edit that. Alright, listen. No, I'm not. Where's your mom, your granddad, your grandma?
My mom. Your great-great-grandmother, born in 1872. That's your grandmother sitting next to her.
Where was she born at?
She was born in Virginia.
So, are you Aborigine? Are you
I'm a
Native?
Black American.
You're just Black American?
Yes.
So your country is Black... No, I'm not...
Country is Black American. Wow.
Your country is... No, that's what I'm trying to say.
My country is the United States of America.
I swear,
I'm tripping.
You have to be tripping, bro.
Aren't you from Jamaica?
No. I'm born in England.
Alright, where are you from?
My grandparents... my dad's side is Jamaican.
So where are you from?
Jamaica.
Alright, where else are you from? Where?
England. Jamaica, England.
You want to know something? Because the statement that you're trying to make is a statement that applies to you.
I'm so glad that this creator, his name is Adonis Live, y'all should go and check out his YouTube. I'm so glad that he reversed the question because really, do y'all see how silly that sound? Nobody is asking Haitians, Jamaicans, Trinidadian, or any Caribbean people to identify exactly what country they came from in Africa.
The fact that you're American. As in here, if you ask someone, where are you from? I'm from Nigeria. Really?
Black people don't even know what country they come from. I said black people down there don't even know what country they come from.
So what country you come from?
Me, a few. I'm African and Caribbean.
What makes London?
What makes it different from the US, we kind of claim our roots a lot more. I feel like we are more kind of culturally diverse.
Is it weird when African Americans don't know where they're from?
Yeah, strange.
It's not really our fault though.
I feel like people of ethnic race in the UK, we tend to bond more with other people.
Yeah. So you're British Africans here get mad at me when I say I'm American. I am African American, but my granddad's been in America. So technically, America's all I know.
You're an American citizen. Do you know what you are? No, ethnically.
I don't know.
So I didn't see the full interview with this creator and these two beautiful women. They are so pretty. But I think that him saying that he does not know where he's from and he doesn't have an ethnicity or he doesn't know what he is ethnically, I think that they're basically tying this to, do you know what country in Africa you originated from, your heritage? And I don't understand why it's so hard for people not to understand the Atlantic slave trade. We were taken from the continent of Africa a very, very long time ago, hundreds of years ago. We were stripped of our names, our tribes, our lineages, our languages, even our hair they stripped from us so that we don't know what tribe that we belong to. And when we came to the Americas, as enslaved people, we basically made something out of nothing, and that birthed Black American culture. So when someone asks us questions like, what's your ethnicity? Black American is an ethnicity.
I would find that strange. I feel like I wouldn't really have a personality.
What? No, that's a hot take. You wouldn't have a personality because you don't know where you're from.
I take pride in where I'm from. If we just didn't know where we was from and was just walking around saying we're British, we don't feel like we have a culture. We tend to bond more over food as well. Just call yourself American, mac and cheese and greens. That's just so
soul food is part of Black American culture because it stems back from the slavery days.
See, I feel like that'd be slick shade because these are young women and they have lots of access to social media. I'm sure that they're on TikTok, maybe not, I don't want to assume, but they know that this statement is just not correct. All we have is stuff like mac and cheese and greens and they bond over food. We bond over food also. Our culture is known for bonding over food. We have so many dishes that we love to eat, and it's not just soul food, but soul food is the main when it comes to Black American culture. And it's not just mac and cheese and greens. And let's keep it real. How many recipes you see on TikTok and social media for everybody's recipes recreating mac and cheese? Baked mac and cheese, Southern baked mac and cheese, that is a Black tradition. We have black eyed peas, fish, fried chicken, cornbread, peach cobbler, chicken and dumplings. We have so many different foods that are native to our race. We got gumbo, Creole, Cajun. Our flavors run deep just like our culture. And like I said, food is the bonding glue in the Black American community. We have food at family gatherings, kickbacks, family reunions, Sunday dinners, church functions, all these things. And Black people, we know to throw a barbecue. Y'all know we find any excuse to throw something on the grill. Y'all know that we good for that. And this is all in the name of love and being family oriented and coming together. Like I said, food is the bonding glue. And just because maybe you're over in the, Caribbean and you're eating oxtail rice and peas or ackee and saltfish, or maybe you're in Nigeria and your food is fufu and egusi soup, I don't understand how that makes your culture more richer or more valid than ours. I really don't get that. And it's just nonsense. Y'all, we really gotta cut this out. Y'all gotta stop. Our food culture is just as rich as everybody else's, if not richer, because we made ours from nothing. And that in itself is remarkable.
What do you say when people say where you from?
America.
No, where's your country?
My country is America. I was born in New York, raised in...
Where your parents from?
My parents are from New York.
Americans, they don't know where they're from, you know.
Americans don't know where they're from.
It's a mystery.
It's a mystery.
Because you must be Caribbean or African or...
What is so hard to understand? For real, what is really so hard to understand that when we say we're from the United States and we tell you what state we're from, it's, Black Americans, they don't know where they're from. And also, what is this energy that y'all got behind, when you ask questions by Black Americans or about Black Americans? Why do y'all have this energy? And you can see what energy I'm talking about. It's like this, At this point, I'm just convinced that y'all don't like us. It don't got nothing to do with us not having no culture or anything like that. I just feel like you don't like us. And it don't gotta be a reason why, because you guys were conditioned not to like us. Just listen to this South African auntie.
You don't like the Black people.
Why not?
Just because. We were reared in...
It's like that. I don't like Black people either.
There you go. So it's just, you don't like Black people. I don't like Black people.
It's like me, I don't like... But you don't have a reason for it. Then it's just pure racism, no?
It's not racism. It is how we were reared that way. And you just don't like Black people.
Are they so different? I mean, am I so different of you? Is a black man a woman so different of you?
Yes.
In which ways? Enlighten me.
They might have the education, they might have the money, they might have whatever. But the fact remains is they're still Black.
So what? So what?
What? They're Black.
Y'all just heard what this auntie said. She don't care how much money we got, how much education, she don't like the Black. And then there's somebody in the background talking about, I don't like Black people either. And I'm not surprised. They was raised like that. Just like she said, they was raised like that. And that's because of colonization. We were colonized on both ends. That's the lens of white supremacy right there. And you can see generations of conditioning taught people that proximity to whiteness, accents, or foreign education made them better than us. And that's the mindset that really still show up to this day. Seeing Black people as less than no matter what we achieve, no matter what we contribute, no matter what, they just don't like us. And they were conditioned to be that way. And it's not just her. Another African woman went viral for saying how back in Nigeria, they literally get this talk before coming to the States, right? Before coming to the States to build and get their education and, buy these homes and all these things, basically benefiting off the Black American struggle. You feel me? They get this talk to keep away from Black American people. Let's go ahead and get into this clip.
I can't categorically say every Nigerian got this talk, but a lot of Nigerians that travel abroad got this talk from their family, where they will sit you down and tell you, you're going there. Don't go and talk to those Black Americans. You just go and get pregnant. You get into drugs. You start become gang banging. They give you that talk. that just go to the white community, find a nice place, they just go and be decent, stay with the white people. They give you that talk. So when you enter America, you already have a perception of African Americans. You've judged them. And of course, they can see that judgment in your behavior towards them. And they see how you are almost like, yes, master, to the Oyinbos. They see, they're not blind. So when they have that feeling of, when they become defensive, when you're in their presence, it's because they see that perception you have of them. So I know I got that talk. And a lot of Nigerians got that talk. So we are over there, we are doing well, we are doctors, we are building houses, we are feeling like, yes, so we come to the land of the living, we are the land of the plenty, and we are doing well. Forgetting that some people sacrificed for you to even go there in the first place. So is that acknowledgement that the African American community are expecting of us, especially those of us living abroad in America?
Can I say something? And she's absolutely right, no lies told. Africans, but not just Africans, all immigrants come here to this land of plenty, in her words, and they thrive, they build. But here's the thing. If it wasn't for Black Americans, none of y'all would have those opportunities. So like she said, acknowledge it and respect it. Because we do see how y'all look at us. We do see how y'all look with that superiority complex like we're nothing. But like she said, just respect it. And I can speak to this to my own experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna tell y'all a quick personal story. So like 2 years ago, I went to Bank of America to get a small business loan. Now, this was at a time where Bank of America was supposed to have some type of initiative for small Black businesses. And let that sink in. Let that really sink in. Why does Bank of America or any of these banks have to have an initiative for Black businesses? Just think about that. But anywho, so I went into this bank for my appointment for my small business loan or whatever. And before these people even knew my business name, saw my proposal, or knew anything about my business or even ran my credit, the first question that they asked me was if I had $100K in revenue. Now, if I had $100K in revenue, I wouldn't be up in here asking for a small business loan. Now, would I? But that was the first thing they asked me. And I told them no, so that automatically disqualified me from the so-called program. So just so y'all know, we over here ambitious and motivated, and we want to start businesses. We want to have our own grocery stores. We want to have our own everything, beauty supply stores. You know what I'm saying? We want to have our own schools and all these things, but they put these barriers in place that are sometimes hard to achieve. This is what systemic racism looks like in real time. While immigrants can come over here and open up a store. You can come over here and open up a little shop. You can come over here and open up a beauty supply warehouse in the hood. You know what I'm saying? And let's keep it all the way real. Since we're talking about culture, another part of Black American culture is hating. We always preach, don't hate, congratulate. So no, we're not hating on y'all for being able to come here and take advantage of these opportunities. Do your thing. And as a matter of fact, we'll even support you. We'll come to your businesses and your restaurants and we'll spend our money. But don't turn around and demonize us in the same breath saying stuff like, well, why we here and y'all there? When the only reason why you even have that advantage is because of a system that still works against us. And don't get me twisted. We still out here dominating in everything from education to entertainment to the business world. But we can't ignore the fact that there are still systems in place in the U.S. that are keeping Black Americans at a disadvantage, which is a damn shame.
People don't know where they're from. Americans. How do some of them motherfuckers be coming up to us English? Yeah, if we was to say to them, where you from? Be like, I'm Black American, African American. Yeah, but where are you from?
Here we go again. Not him sitting up here with cornrows to the back, a snapback on, and a do-rag, and the bling bling in his ear. First of all, who influencing you? Who you trying to look like? And look at his mocking tone. That's what a lot of y'all in the diaspora have. Not everybody. I want to preface this by saying not everybody feels this way. I hope not. But look at him, African American.
You're not just Black American. Like, I understand that that's part of it. If someone was to ask where I'm from, part of it is English. I was born here. I've got it in my blood. But I also know where I'm from. Descendants, they don't know.
Because it's slavery. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the slavery thing of, I don't want to get into that, but it's hundreds of years ago. So obviously down the bloodline, they don't know where they're from. So for families of generations, it's South Carolina, Texas, Mississippi, whatnot. But they may not know the African roots or whatnot. But
I think the difference is that obviously you were born here, you have some English in you, but like your parents weren't born here.
But a lot of the black Americans...
my mom and dad were born here.
Oh, they were born
and
here.
And my dad has white in him, which is why I'm quarter.
Their grandparents, all of them were born in the US.
2 generations ago is a different country. For them, it would be like 8 generations ago, it would still be in the same place. But I remember, I think I heard like an interview, like Lil Baby said he went to like a footballer's party, and then he was come across all these international people, and they'd be like, where you from? He'd be like, from Atlanta. And people like, no, like, where you from? The guy's like, bro, Atlanta, bro, like that's all I know. Which is like why I think stuff like a lot of people get into like ancestry, DNA and whatnot. But then you also, if you look at with the black Americans as well, even though it may not was some things of African culture roots, what ties into it, whether it's hairstyling or nail styling or whatnot, but you can also commend them for how much culture that they've done, which has influenced the whole world, bro. Like stuff like hip hop, or not even just stuff like that, but a whole bunch of things from the black culture, which is very influential. Yo, let me tell you something. Black culture is influential,
bro. We
very, very influential.
We run shit, man.
A lot of people be biting the drip, or they want to try to bite the style or whatnot, and that's coming from all types of black culture, whether it's black Latino, black Caribbean, black African, African American, black African American, maybe even black European as well.
Right, exactly. And I really respect this brother right here for trying to educate his English homeboy and let him know the reason why we can't trace back to a specific country. And I really also appreciate him for mentioning and acknowledging the fact that Black American culture has influenced the world globally. Let me break down this transatlantic slave trade for those who don't know. The transatlantic slave trade lasted from the 1500s to the late 1800s. During that time, European traders, with the help of some African leaders, captured and bought millions of African men, women, and children. They were forced onto ships and carried across the Atlantic Ocean. Now, those ships didn't all go to the same place. Some were dropped off in the Caribbean, some in South America, and some in North America. That's why today you've got descendants of those enslaved Africans in all those regions. My ancestors was dropped off in America, and in America, the system of slavery worked to strip my people of everything that tied us back to Africa. Our language, our names, our religions, our tribes. That's why some Black Americans today can't always trace back to one specific country or tribe the way others in the diaspora can. We didn't choose where the ship dropped us off, but even through that erasure, we built something amazing that now influences the whole world. My family been here damn near 15 generations. We built this culture, and it should be looked at with admiration, not judgment, not ridicule, and definitely not disrespect. So I'm gonna go ahead and play some clips from comedian Godfrey. He is Nigerian American, so he can speak to the hate that the diaspora gives Black Americans very well. I'm also gonna play a clip from Rick Ross, Freeway Rick Ross, but he also speaks to the hate that Black Americans receive from everybody in general.
You're able to move forward. They don't use that same philosophy on African American or African history. We are so deeply hated. They hate us so much.
Right, it's so true.
And if they're not making money off of, if they're not benefiting sexually, monetarily, culturally, they don't think of us as human beings. They get the brunt of everybody's hatred. Even their own Black people that come, because they're from the islands or whatever, they come and they shit on African Americans.
You know, this is like everything that we have is right here. You know, even Africa, they don't really accept American blacks. You know, they don't really like us.
There's a friction between American blacks and Africans.
Well, American blacks don't have no friction. They have a friction. Yeah. American blacks like everybody.
This is true.
We just like accept anybody come in our community. Oh, come on in, bring your store and all your goods and everything. We'll buy that shit. It might not be worth a damn, but we'll buy it. We'll support you.
Yeah, no, you're right. The racism comes from the African side.
Yeah, we don't have any of that. American blacks, I feel, have been giving away their stuff too long. You know, it's time for us to become more conscious about everything that we do, what we do with it, who we allow to get our money. And I think that once they do that, it's gonna be a big difference. But no, we don't have anything against them.
Hell no.
They have a friction against us.
He's right. Right.
And he absolutely right. I agree with everything that he's saying. We support everybody. And that's part of our culture. That's who we are. But here's the problem. A lot of the times, that support is not returned. Non-Black Americans will come over here expecting us to rally behind them, push their music, boost their careers, patronize their businesses, eat at their, restaurants. But what do we get in return?
But
he's so right.
So you're actually agreeing with this?
Damn right. Because
you're African.
And I'm West African, Nigerian, but I was born in Nebraska. Lincoln, Nebraska. My father went to school there. I have video on my Instagram. Comedian Godfrey, by the way. But it's the truth. Because if you ever remember the movie Sugar Hill.
Yep.
And there's a scene where they're doing the thing with the drug dealer, and the guy said, we can't work with Akon. We can't work with Akon. That's a word that they were calling the American blacks, Akon, the Nigerians. There's a word that they use for American blacks. And Wesley Snipes was like, yo, what is this Akata shit you keep calling us? And the guy goes, we don't want to work with pickers.
That's crazy, and I've seen that word before. So a long time ago, when Afrobeats first really hit the US, really took off, I can't think of this song for the life of me, but it was a banging song and it was all over social media. It was an Afrobeat song. It wasn't that song Don't Rush, it was something else. And it took the US by storm. We was banging that song out crazy on IG, on Facebook. People was doing their makeup to it. People were getting dressed and stepping out to the song. So there was a video on Facebook of, this guy dancing to Afrobeats, and he was Black American. And I went to the comment section to vibe out because this dude, he was really jamming. He was really doing his thing. And all I seen was a whole bunch of comments from Africans berating this man. Talking about and they were calling him the A word. So many comments of them calling the A word, saying, look at the I. And they were also saying stuff like, look at them trying to dance to Afrobeat. And I'm just thinking what did we do? What did we ever do to people? Why do y'all have this energy and this disdain for Black Americans? And all we were doing in the video was dancing. Uplifting your music, streaming your music, making money for you guys. You know what I'm saying? And this is the energy that we get back. I don't get it. And my feelings was hurt. I was like, damn.
And then Wesley beats the shit out of them. But it's the truth. So African Americans and Africans have always had friction. You know what I'm saying? But Africans, and I know some Africans are going to probably be like, I don't like what you... Man, whatever.
People were upset over this clip. This clip started to go viral on Twitter.
Why are they getting upset at that clip? First of all, it's the truth. Africans come to America, and there's a lot of my African-American friends say, man, a lot of Africans are really mean towards us. They're really nasty towards us because they feel they're better towards us. And I think it's the wrong attitude to take because I'm West African, but I was born here. My friends are African-American and African. I think it's fucked up because here's the thing. Africa, whether you say Nigerians or Ethiopians, whatever, we were colonized by Europeans, man. We were colonized. We were treated like shit. Look at South Africa. With all the Dutch, they've shit on South Africans, man. And finally, I think South Africans, with the help of Julius Malema and all these, they're trying to take some of their shit back. Dutch people are fucked up towards fucking Black Africans. It's that same mentality that Africans have when they come to, and I've had relatives, man, I'm not gonna name them. I've had relatives go, oh, we're better than African Americans. I go, no, we're not. Because I was just stopped by the police the other day. And I'm gonna tell you, I used to try to use that African accent. You know what I mean? When police stop me, I say, I'm sorry, officer, what is the problem? I am not the same as them.
Erivo, that Cynthia Erivo who's playing Wicked, the witch, in Erivo, she said some really disparaging shit about African Americans. And then she ends up playing...
Is she British?
She's British Nigerian. Okay. If I'm right, I better be right, because I want to make sure if I'm not, you guys can go in the comments and go, he don't even got it right. That motherfucker don't say nothing right. She said some disparaging shit about African Americans. What she said? I want to make sure I quote it right, but if you can get your producer to find it, that would be cool.
Mario,
because I don't want to say anything out of pocket.
I think that Godfrey is talking about some resurfaced tweet that was on Cynthia Erivo's page a few years ago, where she's replying to some white guy. In a quote, she said, ghetto American accent, baby, you know I got you. I'ma sing it to you, but I still gotta do what I gotta do. You feel me? So she says ghetto American accent, but she proceeds to talk in AAVE. So if you feel like we ghetto and you mocking, because I know she didn't say it like me, because that's how we really talk. If she's got the same energy that her English brother had, earlier on in the video when he was like African American, I feel like that's probably how she was saying it too. And if you think we so ghetto and all of this, that, and the third, why are you over here playing our heroes like Harriet Tubman?
And she said some shit about, which is funny how almost every foreigner has something to say badly about African Americans. Even Africans sometimes have up shit to say about African Americans, but then everybody comes to America trying to be African American.
And benefit off of our struggle and the work that we put in.
Yeah. And what's really fucked up is she ended up playing Harriet Tubman. I go, wait a minute, you just talked about and shit on African Americans, and you're going to talk about the woman that did so much for African American freedom? You get to play her? How could anybody that looks like you come into America and talk about African Americans when they are the ones that have created the foundation for foreigners to come in? The 1964 Civil Rights Bill is the reason why Koreans, Nigerians, Indians, Arabs can come in and open up businesses in black neighborhoods and still disrespect the same people that are putting money in their pockets. What kind of nerve is that? It's the serious hatred of African Americans.
And Godfrey is absolutely right. It's always somebody mocking us, disrespecting us, or trying to separate themselves from us, all while benefiting from the culture we built. And we've seen this happen to artists like Daniel Caesar, Akon, and most recently Tyla. So South African artist Tyla just recently released her album in the US a few weeks ago, and she sold less than 4,000 copies in the US. People are basically tying those low album sales to the interview that she had on The Breakfast Club. If you don't know what The Breakfast Club is, it is a huge hip-hop radio station, and Tyla was there doing PR for her album release. So when she was asked a question about her culture, she basically responded in a manner of being cold and dismissive. Tyla refers to herself as a colored South African woman. Over here in the US, the word colored is a very derogatory term when it comes to Black American people. It stems from racism and slavery. So when we asked to get an understanding about her culture, the way she responded to the question was very cold and dismissive. Let's go ahead and get into that clip.
School me on these debates that they be having about your identity as a South African colored person. What does that even mean?
Can we not? Por favor.
Oh, I like that. We keeping that in the interview too. I like when they talk from the back.
Tyla had a real chance to connect with the very audience she's trying to sell her music to, but instead she kept quiet, turned to her team, and let them speak for her. And that was just rude. I don't care what nobody say. That was very rude. Charlamagne did not ask an offensive question. That felt very dismissive, like us Black Americans can't even ask a simple question without being brushed off. And the crazy part is, when we go to other countries, we expected to respect their culture, to fall in line, not question what makes us uncomfortable over there. But when y'all come here, we're supposed to blindly support just because you Black, even when you don't even want to claim Blackness for yourself. And at the end of the day, music is music, and we love and we vibe, whatever. But if we can't even ask you a question, and when we do, you dismiss us, cool. Just know we're not automatically supporting nobody no more. We're not finna keep playing with y'all. And it's really not that big of a deal. She called herself colored over in South Africa, fine. But over here in America, don't be calling yourself colored. That is a derogatory term. So we just trying to be clear, like, girl, don't be over here calling yourself colored, not because it's offensive to us. Not only that, but we don't want you calling yourself that over here because you obviously don't know. And this country is just built on white supremacy. So, yeah. And you know, there were people in the comment section from South Africa or from wherever in the diaspora. Do you guys know that Tyla don't need the Americans? She probably don't. I mean, but you know what I'm saying? The least she can do, she's over here doing her PR tour. You know what I'm saying? She obviously wants to break into the American market, Black American market. Let's be clear about that. The least she can do is respect our culture as well. And funny enough, Tyla has Black American writers on her team. Like, there are Black American writers who are responsible for helping her write the song Water and Push to Start. So obviously, y'all need something from Black Americans. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, look, respect our culture. And maybe she don't know, but the way that she responded to Charlamagne, the way she just gave that, she could have said, you know what, it's such controversy around it. This is what I am over in South Africa. This is what this means. Even offer a small explanation. She didn't have to do too much, but for her to just ignore and keep her mouth shut, that's just another slap in the face. That's just another reminder of how Black American people are just expected to just shut up and, you know, support y'all. No.
Tyla barely sold freaking 4,000 copies in her first week for her new EP because of the disrespect she displayed towards Black American people. To everyone in the diaspora that keeps disrespecting Black Americans, what have we learned from this? What have we learned from this? I'll tell you. Nothing moves and nothing shakes without black Americans. This is coming from a Haitian American man. Nothing moves or shakes without black Americans. Nothing. How you go from having one of the best songs of the decade and Water, and you got an EP that came out and only sold 4,000 first week, and you got financial backing and all that. Please.
And honestly, that interview was another wake-up call, a reminder of how so many artists and actors come over here looking for the support of the black community because they know what it gives, but offer nothing in return, not even respect or even common decency. And let's be perfectly clear, nobody was expecting or requesting Tyla to claim being black. In her country, she's considered colored. It is what it is. But we just asked to be educated, and instead she hit us with the same old tired energy that y'all be giving. I don't owe y'all nothing. I don't gotta explain nothing. And that's all fine and dandy, but here's the difference. We as a black community, we're not blindly supporting people no more. And you're gonna feel that just like how we feel it. Because we're such a welcoming people. We've always let things slide. We'll make excuses for people. You know what I'm saying? We'll say stuff like, oh, she's young. She don't know no better. She pretty. She make good music. We still gonna bump it. Or, oh, he's talented. He's funny. He's entertaining. But not no more because y'all not finna play with us. Nobody getting a pass. Respect is the bare minimum. And then when we do speak our minds and we do tell you, hey, it's all black Americans are always complaining, get over yourself, blah, blah, blah. It's exhausting. And Tyla's not the only one. Do y'all remember Daniel Caesar? Y'all remember when he went on live talking about why are black people so mean to white people? And this was in response to him defending his friend who posted something stupid on Twitter that was seemingly racist. She's a white girl. And then he goes on live talking about why are y'all being so mean to Jules? Why are black people always being so mean to white people?
Are there black people in this chat right now? I can't tell. Yo, I know. Make sure there is. I love you guys. Yo, you guys are listening, and I love you guys so much. But we're like talking about something serious. So I'm like, I don't want to talk about shows or like being, like artist stuff. Where's my? Why? I don't know which black people are in here, but I want you guys to talk up right now. Why do we?
I saw it here. I heard something drop.
Why are we being so mean to Jules? Why are we being so mean to white people right now? That's a serious question.
And then there's Akon. Let's get into a couple of clips of Akon.
We a little different when it comes to stage presence. Now in America, oh yeah, them niggas gonna be wobbling, pants hanging half down, bored as hell, half asleep because they high as hell on stage. But Africa, we wake up morning, like look at these YouTube clips of all these kids from Uganda and how they be, you know what I'm saying? Like these kids are performers, so for us it comes natural,
Y'all see that? Do y'all see how he just went on his platform back at home, wherever he is in Africa, and sat up there and told them people how American performers are lazy on stage and high on drugs? This is coming from a man who literally is featured on one of the biggest trap songs in hip-hop with one of the biggest rappers, Young Jeezy. Look at him. All in the videos, portraying to be a doughboy. Akon came here to America, made music with some of the greatest in hip-hop, built his career off of trap, hip-hop, and R&B, and made millions from it. Then he goes back home to disrespect and devalue the very same culture that made him who he is. And the craziest part is he could have compared any American performer, from Michael Jackson to Chris Brown to Beyonce, legends who've set the standard and the tone for performance worldwide. But instead, he chose to perpetuate the same false narratives, tired false narratives about us. Yeah, we got trap music, and yeah, some artists do struggle with, substance abuse, but that's not all of it. And it definitely is not all of our culture. We are innovators, we're entertainers, we're global trendsetters. And Akon know that, because that's the very same culture that he cashed out on. To my black people, to my black American people, don't ever let nobody trick you into believing we have no culture. We are the culture. Black Americans have influenced the entire planet, from music to fashion to slang to culture. But instead of being celebrated, we're often imitated or mocked. Sometimes other groups believe we're the problem in America because that's what they've been taught without even understanding our struggle. But Black Americans are the soul of this country. This is what they didn't teach them. Despite slavery, Jim Crow, redlining, mass incarceration, and public hate, we survived. We made it. We turned pain into power. struggle into strength, and built a culture so influential, the whole world copies it. Let that sink in. We are some of the most brilliant, resilient, creative, and survival-minded people on earth, and nobody can ever take that away from us. And yes, our origin may be in Africa, but our roots, our culture, and heartbeat, that's right here in America. And family, I know this video getting kind of long. I know the attention span don't be attention spanning sometimes, but let me know if y'all still rocking with me, because I got to talk to my people. I love us for real, and I'm really passionate about that. So if you made it to this part of the video, drop me some Black American Heritage flag emojis in the comment section down below. Let me know that you're rocking with me. But like I was saying, don't ever let nobody gaslight you into thinking you're nothing or that our culture is not real. And I want us to stop going around saying stuff like that too, because we were also conditioned to say that we have nothing, all because of what was stripped from us. We come from a long line of innovators, scientists, builders, leaders, geniuses in this country, 15 plus generations. And that is very valid. We shaped America and the world, even through the mess and trauma we've had to survive here in America. So don't let nobody continue playing with us. And I want us as parents to be teaching this to our kids in the household. Let's make sure that we building up our children in the home so that they know how great they are and know where they come from. Our story is so incredible. Our culture is real, and our existence is powerful. So powerful. And that's why they really mad. Y'all know to this day, 2025, they are actively trying to erase Black history, trying to disguise it as, it makes people feel bad or it's offensive. Yeah, it's very offensive. But you want to know what else? They mad because they just cannot believe how far we've came after everything we've been through in this country and how we still here. And Black people, I know no race is perfect, but there's a lot of things that we can work on as a race, as a community ourselves. It's time for us to get on code. We gotta stop letting whatever viral topic on the internet get us riled up and emotional and get us to be divided. Whether it's talking about politics, colorism, gender wars. Every time we tear each other down in public, online, or even in the streets, we are playing right into the hands of the systems that were designed to keep us broken. We need to start uplifting each other out loud and in public, build each other up, support one another, and stop feeding these narratives that we don't have unity. Imagine the strength. Imagine how more powerful. This is what they scared of, y'all. Imagine how more powerful we are together in unity as one, standing on code amongst each other. Imagine. Let's cut this noise out. For real, let's heal from the inside out and move together with a purpose. All right, family, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to drop your city, your state, your location. I want to know where in the world this video reaches. And thank you guys for the new subscribers trickling in. I really appreciate your support. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. All right, y'all. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.